I do want to blow people's minds. So there was a great lesson I used to do. There's a trick where someone imagines turning a card upside down in a deck of cards, and then I spread through the deck of cards, and one card is reversed, and it is the card that they were just thinking of. And it's a beloved secret among magicians and a tried and true friend as an effect. And it's a mind blower if you don't know what's going on. And I used to do this. I used to hold the deck of cards and say, at the end of the build up, I'd say, and Jim, what card did you turn over in your imagination? And you'd say,
The 3 of clubs.
the 4 of diamonds. And I got a great laugh. And then I'd pull them out and I'd spread through, and no, it was the 3 of clubs. And that was still strong. But Juan Tamarez, who's a master magician from Spain and is very funny, he gave a lecture once, and it was like, oh man, I gotta kill that joke, that dumb joke that gets a laugh every time, but it takes away from the blow your mind wonder of that impossible mystery. His rule is comedy, 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 and then as you approach the climax of the effect, the comedy diminishes until there's no comedy leading up to the wonder. And then Eugene Berger, a great mentor of mine from Chicago, he encouraged me to not then go at the end, ooh, lucky that happened, and get a laugh right after the reveal. He taught me to let it linger and let the astonishment sink in and not get uncomfortable with the audience going, what? Because the comic wants to make us all comfortable again, because being blown away is not comfortable.
Right.
It shakes your paradigm. It changes your life for a moment. Oh my God, my beliefs may not be true. The world isn't flat.
Yeah.
And anyways, making sure they don't blur each other out is really important.
Yeah, I think for sure in my, growth, that has been one of my biggest weaknesses, and something that I've actively noticed is, especially when putting in new material where you don't really know all the beats of the trick yet. So like if you've got a heavier prediction type thing where the ending is really strong, and let's say up to this point I've done 3 or 4 gags where the tricks weren't quite, the most striking mentalism effects or whatever. When we get to a real one, they didn't know how to react. And so it's like I kind of had to learn how to, you can layer on the comedy for up to a certain point, and then there is this cutoff, or like you were saying, I guess you can taper it off a little less abruptly than I probably do. Then, hit the beats you need to do in the trick, and then you can't immediately step all over your own dong going back into hitting them with jokes, because audiences do just need to sit in certain things. And like I put a book test in the show one time and did it for 2-3 weeks, and I just go, this is not going well, not realizing that the like awkward silence and kind of this feeling that I hadn't felt before was the exact intended outcome. I just didn't know what that feeling was, because I was used to just going and knowing the beats of jokes and knowing this and this and this hits in the music, and and so to kind of have the second I guess I started putting good magic in the show, I had to kind of relearn certain beats and relearn how to present that kind of stuff, for sure.
I went through that exact same experience with the book test I wrote.
Yep.
And I sessioned with Max Maven about it, because I was like,
Yeah.
Max, I don't think it's playing well. Like, I can't tell. And he's like, no, you're killing. Just mentalism has a different set of reactions.
Yeah.
And when we go, like, when the thing vanishes, the audience, oh, impossible. But they know the thing didn't vanish. They know, oh my God, it's floating. How? But they know it's not floating. But if you tell someone their dog's name, well, now that's, NSA stuff. Like, you're like, too much, like,
Right.
and it breaches. It's a whole different area of, in audiences' minds, mentalism is possible.
Right.
Sure. I mean, there's a large percentage of the population that thinks it's real.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but magic, I mean,